Well, I don't know if it does, because one year to the next, you have seniors that graduate, so you may have different personnel out there. But one thing we do know is we are going to see fireworks here this afternoon, because these two teams love to get up and down the court. They love the three ball. When I say love the three ball, you're going to see more three balls in this game than you see most teams in a season. That's how much these guys love to jack it up. So the defenses, they got their work cut out for them today.
Well, 23 threes, I think, in the first half for Mount Abraham the other night. And Windsor certainly no stranger to the three-point bomb. Jeff Danyew on the inside. He'll be matched up with Kevin Labus, Johnny. There's your inside matchup. On the outside, Will Manley, who's averaging about 13.9 points per game for Mount Abraham, going against Tim Lenz, both the two guards for the respective squads. So obviously a lot of scoring from each team. What's got to give here?
Well, first of all, the team that's able to get one team one-dimensional, in other words, not allow them to get that inside-outside balance, is going to have a huge advantage, Eric, because let's face it, you just said it. Both teams can score from the perimeter. They also have a big-time presence down underneath. So the team that can get the other team into one-dimensional play, they have a shot at winning a title here this afternoon.
It'll be an interesting one from the auditorium. Number 1, Mount Abraham. Number 2, Windsor. Going to have the entire pregame show for you on the Northeast Sports Network in just a couple of minutes, right here on the Northeast Sports Network. Back live at the auditorium, Eric Berry along with Johnny Allen and about a host of 30 other people here in the press row here for the Linden State College pregame show. Small classrooms, one-on-one conversations with your professors, athletic programs that have played at the championship level for years now. Linden State College offers liberal arts programs while also providing competitive athletic environment right here in New England. Linden State College, 1-800-225-1998 or www.lindenstate.edu. Johnny, I had more than one-on-one conversation with my professors back when I was at Linden State, and it was for reasons that we don't need to get into right here. And the
experience it.
The one-on-one conversation here today will be number 1, Mount Abe, number 2, Windsor. Certainly a good one here at the Odd in a packed house at the Berry Auditorium, and glad to have everyone along with us tonight. Linden State College, part of our sponsorship today, but they're joined by Mills & Greer, Optical Expressions, Cheers Flowers, Covered Bridge Credit Union, Bristol Health and Fitness, Mascoma Savings Bank, Green Mountain Signs, Ascutney Golf Mart, Brownsville Service Center, and Cunningham Ski Barn, all proud to bring you your final here, the D2 final at the Berry Auditorium, as I said, joined by Johnny Allen. And Johnny, we talked about the two coaches, and Harry Ladue and Bill Leggett. Those two coaches now having a conversation down at center court. And, you know, it's pretty funny. If you love basketball, and you love basketball in the state of Vermont, those two guys' names pop in your mind, especially back when they played the game and now coaching the game, and certainly they've imparted quite a bit of wisdom on their players, because look at these two squads.
Oh, you're absolutely right, Eric, and there are a lot of adjectives you could use to describe these two guys. I think the best one is smooth.
Oh.
They're just so smooth. I mean, and, you know, a lot of coaches and players feel the pressure of coming to the Berry Auditorium. These two guys, hands in pocket, just kind of casually loving life.
And they're just smooth.
And they're just so smooth out there.
Well, Mount Abe, as we said, won 76-71 in the finals last year over Windsor, and, you know, quite a change. They have won 7 straight playoff games after going 12-24 in their first 36 playoff games, Johnny. And you look at the Windsor Yellow Jackets, they won back-to-back titles in 1994 and 1995. Lost in 2007 and 1998, and second straight year in the final. It's their 10th final overall, 8th in Division II for the Windsor Yellow Jackets. Mount Abraham got here with wins over Woodstock and Middlebury, and in the semifinals over Otter Valley. And for the Windsor Yellow Jackets over Lamoille, the LI Vikings, and of course, in a game you saw right here on the Northeast Sports Network the other night, they won against the number 3 Harwood Highlanders, Johnny. And you want to talk about point production, Harwood went up 77-71. 2 minutes left in that overtime, and everyone's saying, ball game, Harwood wins. Guess what? Windsor comes out and scores 12 straight points and wins the game.
And Jeff Danyew, a young man that you know about his inside presence. Hits a couple of bombs. You know, we talk about inside-outside balance for these two teams. Jeff Danyew alone has that inside-outside balance.
And there's talk that Danyew might be going to Norwich University as well, and Paul Booth has started to lock up a pretty good recruiting class for next year, just out of the state of Vermont, mind you. And that's Kyle McQuarrie from the Division IV champion Proctor Phantoms, third straight running now here for the Proctor Phantoms. And then you've got Jeff Danyew, and I'm not sure if that's 100% correct whether Jeff Danyew is going there, Johnny, but
wear your sunglasses. The future looks bright.
What a mismatch Danyew is, though. You talked about he steps outside, hits those threes the other night. And, you know, it's one of those things where Kevin Labus, the very athletic Kevin Labus, will have to go out and guard him out on the perimeter, and certainly Labus up to the task. And not so, I guess you can't look by Kevin when he's averaging about 24 points per game for Bill Leggett's squad.
I know, and is there such a thing as a quiet 24? Because he does such a nice job of making sure he doesn't force things underneath, Eric. Sometimes you get some big guys under there, and you know, they get the ball down the blocks and they try to make something by just shooting the basketball. One thing about Kevin that I like in his game is if that shot isn't there, he kicks it right back out, and usually there's an open look.
Yeah, you're right about that. And they'll share the basketball. Both squads will share the basketball. Nobody holds the basketball for a very long time. You won't see a lot of dribbling from either one of these squads, Johnny. And it'll be pass, pass, pass. The point guard play led for the Mount Abraham Eagles by Chad Esty, and he'll get the ball distributed the way it should be. And, you know, on the other side, James Aldrich will do it for the Windsor Yellow Jackets.
You know, Eric, we talked about how many threes these two teams will jack up, and you're automatically thinking maybe a little selfish play, throwing up threes probably prematurely. But you're absolutely right. It's not like it's just one guy throwing up the three, and it's not like they don't probably have 5 or 6 passes before they jack the three. And believe me, they're not forcing these threes. I mean, a lot of times they kick that ball down underneath, and if it's not there, they just kick it right back outside, and they get the open look. These two teams may take a lot of perimeter shots, but they're not forcing them.
No, they're certainly not. They're taking the open shot. We have two outstanding teams playing each other for the Division II state championship. These two teams have been here back-to-back years. Nerves should not be an issue here this afternoon. Today's pregame show brought to you by the friendly folks at Linden State College, where the experience makes the education. 1-800-225-1998 or www.lindenstate.edu. All the officials making their way over to the scores table with a couple of minutes to go in warm-ups here and shaking the hands of each team's respective coaches. And Johnny, tell us who we got in stripes today.
Oh, the guys in stripe today are Jack DePalma, Gary Lavin, and Donnie Woods. So there's the guys in charge here for this finals in Division II between Mount Abe and Windsor.
And Gary Tino Lavin is in his last game ever as an official here in the state of Vermont at the varsity level. We were told that he's going to do some JV games, Johnny, and what a class act he is, huh?
I'll tell you, one of the best, too, isn't he?
He certainly is, and even I had a good relationship with Gary Lavin. So
you know, we talk about, handling pressure, the coaches and the players.
Yeah.
Gary Lavin handles the pressure as a referee as well as anybody.
Yeah, he certainly does. He, I think, has the right mentality as they're joking around, taking pictures of the officials right now, and one of the Mount Abe players cut right in front and tried to get his picture taken at the same time, and why not? You got to soak it up. When you're at the odd, you got to take advantage of every photo op you got, Johnny, right?
Well, especially when it's Gary Lavin's last game.
Right, step in.
The two guys next to him have to feel proud to know that they're with Gary Lavin in his last game as an official at the varsity level.
Yeah, they certainly should feel so. Number 1, Mount Abe. Number 2, Windsor. And we'll see which coach has something up their sleeve. Not sure whether we'll see Mount Abe extend their defense, Johnny. You had a chance to talk with both coaches. Any keys that came to mind from either one of those guys?
Well, obviously, I don't expect to see full court pressure from Mount Abe unless they really have to. If they have to make the adjustment to do so. I expect them in a half-court man to start things out. Rebounds. That's how it is with every team. When they get to the odd, you have to rebound. You cannot allow your opponent second and third opportunities. I think Mount Abe really has to make sure that they get an open look from three-point land. I think that's very, very important for them. And thirdly, I think they want to make Windsor one-dimensional. They have to take away one part of their game. If it means take away the three, great. Or maybe take away the inside game, because obviously they can beat you both ways. I think they want to make Windsor one-dimensional. As far as Windsor goes, again, rebounding. You have to. Every coach says that.
And Harry Ladue mentioned that a couple of times. We had a long conversation with Harry, and that's what he pointed out twice.
I mean, he was very disappointed in their rebound against Harwood the other night. Secondly, Harry feels they want to get the shots they want to get, not allow Mount Abe to force them to take the shots that Mount Abe wants them to take. And thirdly, he wants that inside-outside balance that we're talking about. When you have guys like Jeff Danyew, on the inside, and guys like Tim Lenz and James Aldrich on the outside, that's great inside-outside balance there. That's why it's so important for Mount Abe to try to make Windsor one-dimensional.
And not only that, the other night, TanCreti had a great game off the bench. Cody TanCreti, the junior 6'1" guard for the Windsor Yellow Jackets, I thought played a nice game in a support role off the bench the other night for Harry Ladue's squad.
And Buckner had a couple of big threes in the second half as well. So, you know what? All these players that are starting here tonight and a couple of guys off the bench can light it up in a hurry. So these defenses for both teams have their work cut out for them.
That they do. Johnny, let's take a look at the starting lineups here for tonight's ball game as first for the number 2, Windsor Yellow Jackets.
Thank you, Eric. They are under the helm of head coach Harry Ladue in his 34th season. They are the number 2 seed. Here's their starting 5. They have a 3-guard offense in James Aldrich, Tim Lenz, and Sean Buckner. The forward is Jeff Danyew. The big guy in the middle is Bill Gokey. For the number 1 seed, Mount Abe Eagles, they are under the helm of head coach Bill Leggett, and they come into this game with a record of 21-2 as well. They have a 3-guard offense. Greg Lutton, Will Manley, and Chad Esty are the guards. The big guy in the middle is Kevin Lobus, and the forward is Tim Leaders Dumont. That's the starting 5 for the Mount Abe Eagles, who are taking on the Windsor Yellow Jackets in the D2 final.
And we want to remind everybody that our coverage today is brought to you by Linden State College, Mills and Greer, Optical Expressions, Cheers Flowers, Covered Bridge Credit Union, Bristol Health and Fitness, Mascoma Savings Bank, Green Mountain Signs, Ascutney Golf Mart, Brownsville Service Center, and Cunningham Ski Barn. Glad to bring you our coverage here from the Barry Auditorium.
Eric, a lot of times when we cover these games, when you get to the semis and to the finals, we talk about, one team doesn't want to fall behind by double digits early against the other. Nobody wants to do that, but in this game, I don't feel that it's going to be a huge mountain to climb if one team falls behind by double digits early. I think both teams have the ability to come from behind.
And score points in a hurry.
Right.
And, obviously we go right back to the point where Windsor falls behind by 6 the other day in the overtime, and they didn't panic. Mm-hmm. And Harry talked to us about that. He said, look, we got guys that know they can score 10 or 12 points in a minute's time. So, we're not going to get too nervous about it. But one thing that remains constant for Windsor, they play defense. For the Eagles, same thing. This is going to be a classic matchup. Just the fact that these two teams met each other last year for the state championship, Johnny, is even more huge because I think there's an extra added pressure for each squad,
Right. Well, don't get me wrong. Neither team wants to fall behind by double digits.
Right.
It's just that nobody's going to hit the panic button if it happens.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. Announcing everybody on both teams' roster, as you can see, by following along here. And certainly good to see as now we get ready. The starting lineups for both squads here at the odd, at least from the PA announcer, Gilly Moreau.
Well, this is the second of a triple header right here on Northeast Sportsnet. Earlier today, the Danville Indians fell to the Proctor Phantoms 50-44. So the Proctor Phantoms, 3-time Division IV champions.
Wow, incredible feat for Coach Dick Wilcox's squad. And Bill Leggett would like to make it 2 in a row here for his team. And Harry Ladue, as we said, would like to garner his first championship since 1995. Back when he had Mike Craig, I think his name was, Johnny. And you know what? We never brought that up. Harry said that was true, that Mike Craig did not have the 2-game scoring record because he didn't play much in one of the other games where they were winning, and he said it was probably one of the best teams he had ever coached. And that was the reason why he didn't have the 2-game scoring record, but he had 53 in a game once for Harry Ladue's squad. That's incredible. It took us 5 games in high school to score 53 points. And maybe 6, right?
That's it. I would have loved to have played with a guy who scored 53. That would have made my assist total a little higher.
Yeah, he certainly would have. We're about ready to get this one underway as the 2 teams. Centers will be announced finally. Kevin Lobus and Jeff Danyew shaking hands for one last time. As we get ready to go, we'll keep it here for the national anthem on the Northeast Sports Network. And Johnny, you better take a break now because there is going to be no rest for the weary here when they throw this ball up in the air.
Just tired thinking about it.
We'll keep it right here.
of our national anthem. Please hold your applause until the completion of the anthem. This afternoon's anthem will be sung by a sophomore from Williamstown High School, Bethany Carrier.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And that young lady deserves big-time kudos for that, Johnny.
You got that right. There's jam-packed, and then there's the Barry Auditorium here this
Unbelievable.
afternoon.
Usually the D2 one is one of the larger crowds you see at the Odd, and certainly a good Saturday here, Championship Saturday on the Northeast Sports Network and from the Barry Auditorium. I'm Eric Barry along with Johnny Allen. Glad to have you along, folks, as we get ready. Johnny, give me a little warm-up here as we get ready for this one.
Well, first of all, the guys in charge here this afternoon for the Division II final are Jack DePalma, Gary Lavin, and Donnie Woods. It's number 1, Mount Abe, number 2, Windsor, Division II finals. With all of our play-by-play, here's my good friend Eric Berry.
Jeff Danyew, the imposing center for the Windsor Yellow Jackets, will stare right into the eyes of Kevin Lobis and say, let's get it going here, brother.
Both very familiar with one another, too,
yeah.
aren't they?
Don't play each other during the regular season. They just have a date on March 1st.
There you go.
It's up in the air, and the tap is going to go right out of bounds. And it's going to be Windsor basketball on the sideline. James Aldrich will inbound. Man-to-man defense, and remember the game the other night where Lutton went crazy, Johnny. Left side dribble, Lenz, baseline jumper, way off the mark. I think he got partially blocked by Esty. And Esty on the gallop the other way. The crowd's saying air ball, but I think Lenz got it partially blocked. Esty back outside, Lobis over to Manley. Manley lost his man, stops, pops from three land, and it is no good. And the rebound tied up between Danyew and Esty, and the possession arrow in favor of the Eagles.
Well, both teams taking their shot from perimeter as we expected. Neither one's hit yet.
Esty gets it in. Leaders Dumont. Finger roll up, no good. And the rebound tipped out of the hands of Danyew, but Buckner able to run it down. Fast break for the Yellow Jackets as Lenz kicks to the corner. Aldrich, three ball from him. Off the mark, no good. Goes out to Buckner. Buckner leaves it off underneath Aldrich. Baby hooks, no good. And the rebound underneath Esty. Esty gets it out, Lobis. No score here as Lobis across the timeline.
Windsor will put pressure on all night long.
They will play D. Left side, Lobis. Flex cut past to Lutton. Lutton cut off right away. On the drive, Lobis. His runner up. Good from 16 feet.
That's from his comfort zone.
2-0. Everything's his comfort zone, Johnny.
Squared up nicely.
Aldrich, top of the key, gets a nice little screen roll. Up, goes in and lays it in.
Quick first step.
Well, they thought he was going to use the pick. He went the other way off, and it's tied at 2 apiece. 6:35 on the clock. Right side pass, Esty. Esty swings over to Manley. Fakes the three. Jab step, turn. Runner up. Oh, baby.
How's that for smooth?
4-2, and Will Manley with a terrific move getting into the paint.
Beautiful spin move.
Lenz on the floor, leaves it to Buckner. Buckner now, top of the key. And Danyew trying to post up. He wants the ball. They'll get it to him. He goes out to the corner with it. Back to Aldrich. Aldrich is going to drive. Up with a shot, no good. And the rebound underneath Manley. Or rather, Esty. And Esty will dribble up. Esty underneath Labus. Labus blocked. Oh! Danyew blocks a shot, and Harry Ladue didn't like the call. And he is right in the grill of Donnie Woods on that one.
That's the first foul on Jeff, first team foul on the Yellow Jackets. Today's live video stream is brought to you in part by Lyndon State College. Small classrooms, one-on-one conversation with your professors, athletic programs that have played at the championship level for years. LSC offers liberal arts programs while also providing a competitive athletic environment in New England. Lyndon State College, 1-800-225-1998 or www.lyndonstate.edu.
Up 4-2, 5:51 on the clock, and the first one was no good from Labus. The second one, no good either. Lenz across the timeline, down by 2 of the Yellow Jackets. They may go 2 minutes with only scoring 2 points, and then they'll go 2 minutes scoring 20 points. Lenz, a 3-ball, in and out, no good, and the rebound, Labus. Both teams a slow start here. It's Manley crossover dribble, back outside to Labus. Now leaders Dumont. He'll swing to Esty. Esty stops and pops from 16. Good. 6-2, and I'm almost going to bet you right now, Johnny, this one's going into double overtime.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. Right side Lenz, unless somebody makes a shot at the buzzer. Lenz will drive right in. Scoop shot's no good, but he's fouled on the head as he drove to the hoop, and he'll get 2 shots.
I believe that foul is going to be on Chad Esty, and it is. That's his first team foul on the Eagles. Nice job that time of Lenz driving to the left, and I think he picked up the foul because he used the right hand.
Right.
I think Esty thought he was going to use the left, and he caught him with the body.
Kind of shielding himself, did a nice job. 6-2, 5:07 on the clock, and the first one no good by Lenz.
Our play-by-play action video stream back to your living room is brought to you in part by Mills & Greer on Dorset Street in South Burlington. Mills & Greer is a Nike team dealer and offers custom screen printing and embroidery as well as custom team uniforms and team sneaker deals. Mills & Greer, 864-0291.
Second one by Lenz is good, and it's 6-3. He gets 1 out of 2, and Windsor will get into their full court pressure, but Esty quickly beats it. He'll drive, and he's hammered by Gokey as Esty comes up a little lame here, and they let Esty basically go right down the floor, Johnny.
Yeah, he split the seam between Gokey and Buckner that time. You got to step in front there.
And I guess he wasn't shooting that ball. I guess the inbounds on the baseline into Labus. Labus puts the drive on Danyew. Danyew into the corner leaders Dumont. And they'll reset. Lutton gets it. Lutton can be flammable. Left side corner leaders Dumont. 3-ball from him, no good. Rebound tipped long, and it goes right out to leaders Dumont. Back to Manley, fakes the 3, leaves in the corner for Esty. Esty on the drive, back outside Manley. 4:36 left here in the first, in a low-scoring D2 final. Into the corner it goes. Back outside off the dribble, it's Lutton, he'll swing it out to Manley. 6-3, 4:22 on the clock. Left side, it's Manley. Now to leaders Dumont. Left side jumper now from 3, Esty good.
Nothing but net. Don't be surprised if at times during this ball game, both teams, when they're on offense, have 4 or 5 guys outside the perimeter.
Shouldn't it be 9-3, Johnny?
Yes, it should.
4:01 on the clock, should be 9-3 Mount Abe, and they're getting it readjusted on the scores table. Oh, it's saved back in bounds, but Lutton able to control. 9-3, 3:45 left here, as Windsor's offense unable to get going here in the early part of this game. Watch out, though. On the other side, Labus. Labus looking to drive. Labus right through. He's fouled by Danyew.
Oh, and that's going to be number 2 on Jeff. He has both team fouls now for the Yellow Jackets. Today's live video stream play-by-play is brought to you in part by the Covered Bridge Credit Union, located on Depot Avenue in Windsor, Vermont. The employees at the Covered Bridge Credit Union would like to say good luck to the boys tonight during the championship game against Mount Abe. Covered Bridge Credit Union, serving the Windsor community for over 45 years.
Well, TanCreti to the scorer's table as Labus makes the first free throw. And TanCreti's going to come in for Gokey. They're going to leave Danyew in there with those 2 fouls.
Well, Cody's had some nice minutes off the bench for head coach Harry Ladue this season, hasn't he, Eric?
Yes. And we've witnessed that firsthand in the couple games we've seen. Second shot from Lobis, off the mark. Danyew with the rebound. 10-3 the score. Number 1 team up by 7 here on the Yellow Jackets. Aldrich now to Buckner. And Buckner's trying to post up Danyew. They'll lob it, and it goes over his outstretched hands, and Lobis in there to pick it up with the help defense.
That's a difficult pass to make.
Steal by Lenz over to TanCreti. 3-ball Aldrich, no good, and it went up and bounced off the clock. And Johnny, I don't like where that clock is.
It's way too low.
I haven't liked it since I've seen it here when the Frosties first came here, and they've got to move it up about another 8 feet.
Yeah, it's way too low. We've seen it come into play usually 2 or 3 times a game.
Well, out of all the things the Frosties have done right,
True.
because they have, I mean, let's face it, Alex Wolf has to be proud of this franchise on a blocking foul called on Buckner.
That's going to be the first on Sean. 4th team foul now on the Yellow Jackets.
And Harry Ladue is not at all impressed, Johnny.
Well, Eric, if you're Mount Abe now, do you take it to Jeff Danyew, who has 2 fouls?
I think you go right at him. They'll switch up. Danyew now guards leaders Dumont, and they move TanCreti to Lobis. Outside jump shot, no good. Tipped over to Esty. He'll swing it up top of the key. Lobis for a 3-ball. Swish.
How's that for inside-outside balance for Kevin Lobis?
13-3. Bill Leggett's squad up by 10.
Well, we said neither team would push the panic button if they got down by double digits. We'll see how Windsor handles this.
Lenz now going to MIT, I believe, next year, Johnny. Needless to say, Tim Lenz is smart. Off the dribble. Bounces it back outside to Buckner. Oh, Danyew has his man posted. Danyew is hacked on the backside by Lutton. And that'll be the 2nd foul on the Eagles.
And that's the first on Greg. Our live play-by-play coverage is proudly sponsored by Optical Expressions in the Green Mountain Mall in St. Johnsbury and the Berlin Mall in Barrie. Eye exams, contact lenses, and eyeglasses. Optical Expressions, 748-3536 and 223-2090.
TanCreti's shot no good. And the ball the other way is TanCreti's going to be called for a foul on Lobis.
Well, that's Cody's first. And the 5th team foul now on Windsor.
Cheers, the Flower Shop on Main Street in Bristol, Vermont. Would like to say congratulations to the Mount Abraham boys basketball team. We're very proud of you and give you our utmost support. Good luck.
Eric, granted, we know that Windsor won't push the panic button, but they cannot be happy with the start they've had here this afternoon.
No, Esty. We had 2 minutes and 6 seconds left to Manley in the corner. Back outside to Chad. He's being pestered by Lenz. On a backdoor pass stolen by Aldrich. Aldrich down the sideline. Aldrich scoop shot, no good. Danyew with a rebound. Right up, strong move, won't go for him. And he'll get it back. And Danyew tried to shoot it again. He's fouled underneath by leaders Dumont. And Danyew probably wishes he had that layup back again.
Yeah, he got that weak side offensive rebound. Pushed it a little bit, went long, but very aggressive on the offensive board. Grabbed the other rebound, drew the foul. Leaders Dumont with his first foul of the game.
In it comes to TanCreti. 3-ball from him's off the mark, no good. And the rebound on the backside by leaders Dumont. Knocked out of the hands of Lutton out of bounds, and it'll remain Eagle basketball.
Eric, is there reason for concern if Mount Abe should hit a bucket here and be down by 12?
I'd say big time if you're a Yellow Jacket. Now we're going to have a blocking foul called on the Eagles.
Was it a moving screen?
Lutton gets called for his 2nd foul.
Called for a moving screen, I believe. And you're right, that's his 2nd foul. 4th team foul now on the number 1 seed.
Minute and 38 left as Tino Lavin trying to get some of the perspiration off the floor. Don't want any of these guys getting hurt. Aldrich will inbound on the baseline. And they'll get it into TanCreti. Little runner just inside the free throw line's good. And it's 13-5.
His first bucket of the ball game.
Windsor pressing. Esty puts it on the floor hard. Knocked away, but right into the hands of Manley. And now leaders Dumont with a 3-ball. No good. Tipped up long, goes out towards half court with Danyew, and he'll get it back into Lenz. Lenz across the timeline. Lenz driving to the hole. Runner's rejected by Manley, but there's going to be a foul on the floor prior to that, and suddenly the team fouls even at 5 apiece.
And now the second foul on Chad Estes, so he joins Greg Lutton with 2 fouls for the Mount Abe Eagles. And as you said, 5 team fouls apiece now with 1:13 to go here in the first.
Minute and 13, those evened up in a hurry. TanCreti, a little baseline jumper, no good. And the rebound leader's Dumont. He'll spin away from trouble and get it out to Manley. Manley on the gallop. He's going to be trapped on the sideline. Now over to Esty. Lutton off the leader's Dumont. Leader's Dumont back to Lutton. Spinning away from the pressure of Buckner. Back and forth it goes as Manley. And leaders Dumont. Just pass and catch here for Mount Abraham. They'll swing it over to Labus. Labus with 29 seconds left. Shoots a long 3 and knocks it down.
His second bomb of the first quarter. How smooth is he? Squares the shoulders up beautifully.
Stolen away by the Eagles with 17 seconds to go. Restolen by Buckner. Buckner back the other way. Kicks to the corner. Aldrich going to drive. Leaves it off. Danyew shot. No good. They're going to say it's on the floor, though. And they'll inbound on a baseline.
That foul is going to be on leaders Dumont. That's his second. So now there's 3 players for Mount Abe with 2 fouls apiece.
Buckner.
6.8 seconds remain. 16-5. They'll get it into Danyew. Back to Buckner for a 3-ball. Front rim, no good. And the rebound, Labus. 1 quarter will come to an end. And Mount Abraham, the number 1 team in the land, leads it 16-5. And the Yellow Jackets back to the bench for advice from Harry Ladue. The number 1 seed has him on the ropes after just 8 minutes. Today's live play-by-play video stream brought to you in part by Cunningham Ski Barn, located at Ascutney Mountain in Brownsville. Cunningham Ski Barn and employees would like to congratulate the Windsor Boys basketball team on an already successful season. Stop by Cunningham Ski Barn for rentals, apparel, and equipment, skis, and snowboards.
Ascutney Golf Mart, located at the corner of Route 5 and Route 131 in Ascutney, is a proud supporter of Windsor Athletics. Ascutney Golf Mart is your local stop for fuel, deli, and convenience with daily lunch specials, pizza, subs, and breakfast. That's Ascutney Golf Mart, located at the corner of Route 5 and Route 131.
Well, it scores 16-5. Johnny, how's the first quarter stats and highlights shaping up?
Okay, leading the way for the Mount Abe Eagles with 9 is Kevin Labus. He's hit a couple of bombs. Chad Estes poured in 5. Will Manley with a deuce. For the Windsor Yellow Jackets, Cody TanCreti off the bench and James Aldrich have 2 points apiece. Tim Lenz with a free throw. 3 turnovers for the Yellow Jackets compared to 2 for Mount Abe. The Eagles 1 of 4 from the charity stripe. Harry Ladue's Windsor Yellow Jackets 50%, 1 of 2. 16-5 at the end of 8 in favor of the number 1 seed Mount Abe Eagles.
Outside, Aldrich. Aldrich swings it, and it's stolen by Lutton. Lutton's going to drive in for the layup. 18-5, Mount Abe up by 13. Now a jump shot. TanCreti is good from just inside the arc, and it's 18-7.
Right now, somebody for Windsor does need to step up and get some fireworks happening for the Yellow Jackets.
And the Eagles threw it away as Kyle Cahart thought he should have zigged, and it went zagged that time, Johnny. And they'll get it into Danyew.
Now's about the time that Windsor needs to make a run, Eric. Down by 11.
Aldrich, jump shot up from 16, heel the rim. Buckner gets it long on the long rebound. He'll launch a 3. That's in and out, no good. And the rebound, Cahart.
That rattled around the rim and popped out.
Long down court, Buckner gets the steal. Windsor, TanCreti, 10-footer. Good off the backboard.
Took advantage of the numbers. 6 points for TanCreti off the bench.
We thought he'd... Oh, wow, Manley, down court, Lutton, long 3 from him, no good. Rebound tipped up, and it's going to go off Labus, out of bounds. It'll be Windsor basketball.
Muskoma Savings Bank proudly supports the Windsor boys and girls basketball teams. Located on Main Street in Windsor, Muskoma Savings Bank is where good people put you first.
18-9, 6:50 on the clock here. A lot of basketball left. Right side wing, Lenz. Lenz swings it over to Aldrich. Trying to post up Danyew. And some good defense in the post against Danyew. Long shot out front. And TanCreti is starting to heat up, Johnny.
Well, that one guy who had to get the fireworks started is TanCreti.
Look at, oh, and Lobis drove to the hole. And a bit of a flop as look at these guys go at it, Johnny.
I think that was a good no call, Eric.
I do too. Lenz will drive. Lenz stops and pops from the foul line, off the mark, no good. Tip long, goes right back to Lenz on the baseline. Fadeaway jumper, no good. Rebound, Manley. He'll get it off on the other side of Dean Butler.
Manley did a nice job of making sure to get that pass off before he hit the floor.
Down court to Callahan. And Windsor's starting to get the flow in their favor as Manley shoots a long three, and that's no good. Lenz quickly down court. Lenz will drive to the hole. His layup's good. Count the bucket on it. And Manley with a foul. And it's suddenly 18-13. The Yellow Jackets back to within 5.
How quick is he, Eric?
I mean, they just turned it up a notch defensively, Johnny.
That's the first field goal for Tim Lenz this afternoon. Drew the foul on Manley. That's his first. Tim Lenz trying to get the three-point play the old-fashioned way.
Shot up by Lenz is good, and it's 18-14. Oh, that full court pressure creating some havoc as Lenz putting pressure on Lobis in the backcourt. They'll get it to Callahan, and a timeout going to be called by Bill Leggett as he's seen the Windsor Yellow Jackets bring it back to within 4 points here from the odd. Today's championship boys basketball action between Windsor and Mount Abe is brought to you in part by Brownsville Service Center, located on Route 44 in Windsor. Brownsville Service Center is your full-service automotive repair center for any make or model. The employees from Brownsville Service Center would like to congratulate the Windsor boys basketball team on their successful season.
Eye care is a major health concern for all of us, and everyone at Optical Expressions wants to make sure your eyes are well taken care of. Did you know that a lot of health issues can be diagnosed through an eye exam? Safety wear, eye exams, contact lens fitting, and consultation for laser eye surgery. Optical Expressions in the Green Mountain Mall in St. Johnsbury and Berlin Mall in Barrie. 748-3536 and 223-2090 or www.opticalexpressions.net.
18-14, 5:35 on the clock, and Manley will inbound and get it into Esty. In your jockstrap defense by the Windsor Yellow Jackets has gotten them back to a 4-point deficit after being down big time in this one by 11 at one point, Johnny.
Done a nice job of coming from behind, didn't hit the panic button just like we thought.
Manley with a turnaround move in the paint won't go for him.
Nice spin move, but like you said, just wasn't able to finish off.
Hamilton quick push. His runner's partially blocked. I think Manley got a piece of it. And the shot, steal almost by Hamilton, or Aldrich. Nice pack back to Danyew. Lenz thought he had it. Esty gets it. Wow. We thought it'd be helter-skelter. In for an easy layup is Dean Butler. 20-14.
This just in, there's some athletes on the floor.
4:46 on the clock, a 6-point lead for the Eagles. Here comes Esty. He'll drive. No call there. Yard sale. Lenz right to the rack. Fakes, fadeaway shot, no good. Backside rebound, TanCreti. Top of the key, Aldrich. 3-ball, no good. Rebound, Lobis.
You know what happens, Eric? If the official thinks you're taking a flop a couple of times, it's going to be tough to draw that charge later on.
They're not going to call it. Esty kicks to the corner to Manley. Will, 3-ball for him, good.
That's huge. Built the lead right back up again.
And Harry Ladue will call timeout. As back up by 9 go the Mount Abe Eagles.
Today's live video stream is brought to you in part by Linden State College. Small classrooms, one-on-one conversation with your professors, and athletic programs that have played at the championship level for years. LSC offers liberal arts programs while also providing a competitive athletic environment in New England. Linden State College, 1-800-225-1998 or www.lindenstate.edu.
The Bristol Health and Fitness Club and all their employees would like to congratulate and wish best of luck to the Mount A boys basketball team today. The Bristol Health and Fitness Club is your small town fitness club with spinning, step, Pilates, yoga, and strength training classes. Bristol Health and Fitness is located on School Street. We'd like to say hi to all the students that they have instructed during Mount A physical education classes.
You know, Eric, I think Windsor's going to really want to cut into this lead before halftime because I feel they can come back and still win, but a lot of times you expend an awful lot of energy trying to come from behind, and down the stretch it shows.
High screen for Lenz, over to Buckner on the pass. 3 ball from him's good.
Well, we knew Buckner could hit the 3 in a timely fashion, and he just did it for the Yellow Jackets.
And a 2-2-1 full court zone trap here, and a steal right here. TanCreti down court, Aldrich, layup for him's good.
And all of a sudden, they're right back in it again.
Lobis gets the pass ahead. Lobis, oh, yard sale, no call. Outside, Butler with a jump shot. That's good.
Back and forth now, my friend.
25-20. Took them a while to heat up, but now they're getting going. Left side wing to Buckner. Buckner trying to post up Danyew. Buckner's going to drive. Kicks it over to Lenz. 3 ball from Tim. That's too far, and there's a foul underneath. Called on Butler, I believe.
That's going to be the first on Dean. And Danyew is going to go to the free throw line for a 1-and-1.
Danyew's getting frustrated right now, Johnny, and he can ill afford to get frustrated because it's obvious that Butler came in the game, was going to get physical with him, try to wear him down, and it's good strategy.
Plus try to frustrate him. Danyew hoping to get his first point of the ball game.
And a good one here for Danyew.
He won't miss many of those.
And you have 25-21 in correspondence with the scoreboard, right?
I do.
Okay. Second one from Danyew, no good. TanCreti with a rebound. Right back out to Danyew. 3 ball partially blocked, and Esty comes away with it. Down court, Lobis. Lobis bounces it off Manley. Layup. No good. And tipped out of bounds off the Eagles as Manley can't believe he just missed that layup.
Ascutney Golf Mart, located at the corner of Route 5 and Route 131 in Ascutney, is a proud supporter of Windsor Athletics. Ascutney Golf Mart is your local stop for fuel, deli, and convenience with daily lunch specials, pizza, subs, and breakfast. That's Ascutney Golf Mart, located at the corner of Route 5 and Route 131.
Lenz right side to Buckner. Buckner's going to drive. His little floater's up. Nice touch on the shot. And it's 25-22 now. A steal as TanCreti runs into Aldrich, and they're limping a little bit. 3 ball from Buckner's no good. Lenz gets it. He'll shoot a fadeaway shot. That's no good. And the rebound, Esty. Long pass down to Lobis. 25-22. Windsor has just fought their way back into this one, Johnny. Manley. Over to Butler. And the Eagles will go to their patented flex offense. And Windsor will just continue to play their man-to-man D. Lobis. Shot up, partially blocked. It went up off the backboard, and it'll be Windsor basketball as they hit the clock. And Windsor with a chance to tie with a 3 ball on the other end. Well, John, they have expended a lot of energy to get back into this, but I'll tell you what.
But it's early. You can get away with it early. 17 second quarter points for the Yellow Jackets.
Aldrich drives. His runner's up, no good. Goes long to the floor, they'll go. And Danyew's fouled on the shot attempt.
And that foul is going to be on Leaders Dumont. That's number 3 on him, Eric. So he's the first player for the Mount Abe Eagles in foul trouble.
And Bill Leggett trying to bend the ear of Tino Lavin, saying, look, there's some physical play in there. Something's got to be called.
It is physical.
25-22, a minute and 51 left here in the second quarter as they're going to get some towels out and try to wipe things up, I believe, Johnny. Green Mountain Signs next to Bristol Redemption in Bristol. I'd like to congratulate and say good luck to the Mount Abe Boys basketball team during their finals match against Windsor. Green Mountain Signs specializing in decals, banners, commercial and residential signs, strip kits, apparel, along with trophies and awards. That's Green Mountain Signs. Quality products for reasonable prices. Contact them at 453-7446 or on the web at www.greenmountainsigns.net.
Gary Lavin had the towel, wiped obviously the moisture on the floor. How does a guy who's retiring today end up being the one with the towel in that situation?
I don't know.
He doesn't do any of that today.
It's just like you being the water boy in high school, Johnny.
Yeah, it just didn't seem right, did it?
It just didn't seem right, but that's the way it is. Danyew will get his second free throw. And he'll miss it, but TanCreti had it and Manley took it away. Manley. Oh! As Butler takes the pass away from him. And Lobis settles the Mount Abe offense.
Probably a good decision.
Manley outside the arc, now to Butler. Oh, Buckner is really pressuring Esty. Lobis puts it on the floor. TanCreti, a steal by Aldrich. Aldrich leaves it off Buckner. Back to TanCreti. Scoop shot off the backboard and good. We're tied at 25 apiece.
Buckner hit the trailer, and TanCreti just kissed it off the glass.
Manley will bounce it off to Butler. On the floor it goes. To the wing to Lobis. Lobis up top of the key.
This defense of Windsor is just relentless.
They overplay those passing lanes. Esty outside Lutt. He hasn't been able to get any shots off. Now to Manley. Manley will swing to Lobis. He'll drive, stop, pop from the foul line area, and it's good.
His first bucket since the first quarter, Eric. That's one young man I feel they need to get involved in the offense a little more.
27-25, 40 seconds to go. And Lenz at the top of the key. He's going to get a high screen from Danyew. He goes baseline. Nice layup.
Oh, man, did you see the acceleration off that first step?
27-27 with the Lenz drive. And with 23 seconds to go, we're all tied up. Lobis drives in. Layup good for Lobis. Long pass down to Lenz. 15 seconds to go. Lenz, crossover move, back to Buckner. Fakes the three, kicks to TanCreti. Three ball from him, no good. Lenz had it for a second, back to Buckner. Buckner kicks to Lenz. Out for a three ball for Aldrich. At the buzzer, good.
And the Windsor Yellow Jackets are fired up after that.
Windsor leads it 30-29 after a delicious first half of basketball here from the Odd. Whoa! Unbelievable. We'll keep it right here. Our coverage today brought to you by Linden State College, Mills and Greer, Optical Expressions, Cheers Flowers, Covered Bridge Credit Union, Bristol Health and Fitness, Mascoma Savings Bank, Green Mountain Signs, the Scutney Golf Mart, Brownsville Service Center, Cunningham Ski Barn, and Johnny Allen's going to let you know all of the first half stats. We're going to be joined by Carl Parton of CVTsports.net in just a moment. But first, Johnny, the stats.
Thank you, Eric, with the score. Windsor 30, Mount Abe 29. Here's a look at the numbers. Leading the way for the Mount Abe Eagles with 13 is Kevin Lobis. With 5 points apiece are Will Manley and Chad Esty. Leading the way for the Windsor Yellow Jackets with 10 is Cody TanCreti. Coming off the bench, having a fine game for the Yellow Jackets. James Aldrich has 7. With 6 is Tim Lenz. 5 turnovers for the Yellow Jackets in the first half compared to 7 for the Eagles of Mount Abe. The Eagles with 16 rebounds. They hold a 1 rebound lead over the Yellow Jackets, who have hauled in 15. The Yellow Jackets 3 of 5 from the stripe. 1 of 4 are the Mount Abe Eagles.
Now we're going to be joined by Carl Parton here from CVTsports.net. In a massive turn of events, the Windsor Yellow Jackets take a 30-29 lead after falling behind by 11 in this game at one point in time. And really, all of a sudden, the Windsor pressure defense, they switched to a 2-2-1, which certainly created some havoc for the Mount Abe Eagles, and they caused this game to go back and forth. Joining me now, Carl Parton. And Carl, glad to have you along with us.
Hey, great to be here, EB.
First of all, you're no stranger to the Odd. Hey, Windsor made a nice comeback here, didn't they?
Amazing. Talk about a game of tempo. And I'm telling you, it looked like Mount Abe was just going to run away with this one early because they were able to run their flex, control the tempo in that half-court offense. But I saw Harwood play this year, and I said that's the most athletic team I've seen all year. But Windsor is incredible on that full-court pressure.
They certainly are. They don't give up. And you look at these two squads, no doubt that these are number 1 and number 2 out here today, right?
Definitely. And, boy, you can feel just the championship aura in here. I have my cell phone on vibrate right now, and I answered it about 10 times because this crowd was so loud that I thought the phone was ringing.
Unbelievable. Carl Parton of CVTsports.net, part of the affiliate of the Northeast Sports Network, Carl. And we got some big plans for all of the fans in the state of Vermont, don't we?
Oh, it's amazing what you can do with technology now, EB, and really it's, especially in Vermont, where we can get trapped in a house a lot because of the snow like this year. I mean, this internet broadcasting, the multimedia with the digital photography, the stories, the audio interviews, the live stream, and the archive video, it's such a great opportunity, and we're ahead of of huge like states like New York and California and some of this stuff we're doing.
Who would have thunk that? And yeah, sure, we'll pat ourselves on the back for a second, but certainly our whole goal is to promote high school athletes. It's to promote youth sports as well and recreational sports as well here in the state of Vermont, and we'll be seeing a lot of that. Somebody said, what are you going to do when the tournaments all come to an end? But they're not going to come to the end. We're going to have the youth, the little kids who deserve all the credit in the world, and get them some exposure and make it fun for them as well, right?
Yeah, and there are definitely a lot of leagues that don't get the coverage they deserve in the state, from the indoor soccer leagues to the AAU tournaments. Right. There are tons of tournaments that, that quite possibly the existing media just doesn't have time or inclination to cover. The internet is an open palette. It's a blank palette that we can fill with a lot of interesting stuff.
With infinite real estate as well, and certainly we look forward to providing all that information and all the digital stuff that Carl's talking about over the next few months and from here on out.
Oh, it's just going to be spectacular. I'm looking forward to it. We're growing, and we'll be statewide in no time. In no time.
It's certainly kind of warm here in the odd up in press row, isn't it?
Well, there's a lot of heat coming off both these Mount Abe and Windsor fans. They're roaring out here. This place is rocking. You're lucky to have headphones on. Let's put it that way.
Right, because it's certainly helping quell some of the volume here for me in this game. Carl, thanks for joining us during the halftime show, and want to remind everybody that you can find Carl's daily sports report from Central Vermont on www.cvtsports.net, along with a whole host of other things, including some video from the past season that his crew has done. Thank you very much, Carl.
Well, thanks, EB, and I look forward to the next game and a half here on neksports.net.
Thank you. That's Carl Parton joining us on the halftime show. We're going to try to get Mark Smith in here, the head coach of the Linden Institute Vikings, who certainly knows all about the Mount Abe Eagles and the Windsor Yellow Jackets. And first of all, Coach Smith, congratulations on a fine season, and thank you for joining us here on the halftime show on the Northeast Sports Network.
Thank you for having me, and I appreciate the condolences on the season, as I'd just as soon still be playing. But yes, the kids played well.
Let me ask you this. You're sitting up in the crowd, and I know, hey, we're on camera over here. Say hi.
Hello.
I know that you had to be saying to yourself, they're going to come back.
Absolutely. I'm actually fortunate enough to sit with a old foe and friend, Seth from Burton, and that's a long story, but as he said, Windsor's never out of it. They can get down 11, 13, even 15 points,
right,
and put a run together of 9-0, 10-0, and get themselves right back in the game.
You don't want to have your hand covering your face. You want to be looking at the camera over here and saying hi to everyone back home and across the world, or around the world, I should say. Coach Smith, second half adjustments for these squads. Certainly Mount Abe has got to figure out a way to beat that 2-2-1 pressure and maybe calm down a little bit on the offensive end and run that patented flex.
Absolutely, and it has come as a surprise to me that Mount Abe, with a senior-laden team, hasn't handled this press as well as I thought they would. But I think they've got to spread the floor a little bit. Windsor does a nice job. It's the old, almost like tactic of, we'll let you get into the middle of us and surround you, Custer and the Indians
right.
almost. And I think what's got to happen is they've got to use the sideline. They're trying to force the ball to Labas in the middle, and they've got the sideline. Throw the ball down the side, make them come get you, then throw the ball to the middle. It's what it looks like when you're 20 rows up. It's easy to make an adjustment up there, not on the sideline.
Yeah, certainly is. And, Coach, I want to wish you the best of luck in the future, and hopefully we can end this Linden Institute streak for you and get here to the odd next year, huh?
Absolutely. I think, as I do every year, I think we can get here, and we've come close 4 years in a row. And I got several kids, but especially 2 kids I know that are already on an individual workout plan right now and are started it this morning. And so we're hungry, especially those 2 young men, and I think we'll get here.
Well, good luck to you, Coach. Thanks for joining us. The second half coming at you here on the Northeast Sports Network in just a bit. We're back live at the Barry Auditorium. Final preparations by these players out here on the floor as getting some final shots in. 30-29, Windsor leads after one half of play here from the odd. And if you thought the first half was nail-biting and exciting, wait to the second half. Both teams kind of loosened up, though. That first quarter, very tight for the Windsor Yellow Jackets, but after that, they just started getting going. And for the Mount Abe Eagles, it looked like they were going to absorb that pressure and go into the locker room with a lead, but a three-pointer right at the buzzer by James Aldrich. Certainly the big shot there, Johnny.
Oh, definitely, Eric. In the last 2.5 minutes of that second quarter, Windsor just wrestled momentum away from Mount Abe. That means to me that the first 3 or 4 minutes of this quarter are very crucial to Mount Abe. They don't need Windsor getting a bigger lead than what they have now. In fact, Mount Abe hopes to come out with a quick start and regain the lead they had for most of that first half.
Esty across the timeline, right side, Leaders Dumont. Leaders Dumont guarded by Danyew. He'll knock it away. And they made that defensive switch after Danyew got his second foul. Lends to TanCreti, who starts the second half instead of Gokey, and Buckner outside the arc. They're going to let him shoot a three, and he'll miss it. Front rim. Tip long, though, but Leaders Dumont comes away with it. Just underway here in the third quarter. Eric Berry with Johnny Allen as the Northeast Sportsnet crew live streaming. Manley, right side. Leaders Dumont on the baseline, trying to back his way in there as Mount Abe will reset their offense. Manley backs away from the three-point area, cuts in, back outside, three ball from Labus.
He can do it from inside and out.
Oh, there's no doubt why he scored 1,000 points in his high school career.
He has 16 in the afternoon here at the Odd.
Buckner, left-hand drive, layup, no good, he missed the chippy. Showed the speed to get to the rack, unfortunately it didn't go for him. Down to Manley. Manley runs through the lane,
Did everything right, but just couldn't finish off.
As Aldrich lost the dribble out of bounds, it'll be Mount Abe basketball.
Our play-by-play action video stream back to the comforts of your own home is brought to you in part by Mills & Greer on Dorset Street in South Burlington. Mills & Greer is a Nike team dealer and offers custom screen printing and embroidery, as well as custom team uniforms and team sneaker deals. Mills & Greer, 864-0291.
Leaders Dumont on the sideline there, Johnny. Everything looked pretty benign over there, but all of a sudden, there he was. Into the corner, Aldrich, now Danyew. Danyew, floater, off the mark, no good, and the rebound Leaders Dumont. Esty. Lutton across the timeline. Now to Leaders Dumont. He'll get it back to Esty, 32-30, 6:16 on the clock, and TanCreti almost got yet another steal, but Labus able to run it down. Lutton, a 25-footer, good!
Wow.
Outside the area code, Lutton. Bounce pass ahead to Lenz. Lenz. Oh, that shot wouldn't go. And now a foul called on Lenz. And
probably a little bit of a frustration foul. That's the first on Tim, first team foul on Windsor here in the second half.
I think Lenz thought he was fouled going in for that layup. (35-30), 5:57 on the clock. Labus gets it back to the middle of the floor. Now right side, Leaders Dumont. Into the corner, Esty. Three ball from Chad is good.
Oh, they're starting to feel it from downtown. That's 3 threes here in the third.
38-30. Aldrich, he'll shoot a three ball. No good. Rebound out of bounds off the Yellow Jackets. It'll be Mount Abe basketball.
Well, the last bucket for the Windsor Yellow Jackets came at the buzzer of that second quarter as they've been outscored 9-zip here in the third.
Labus. The big guy can do so much. All of a sudden over the head of Esty. And Labus takes the blame for that right away, and that's a sign of a leader.
These two teams will force the other into making mistakes all game long.
On a sideline, Leaders Dumont and Danyew going to get some instruction from Donnie Woods.
They're just exchanging pleasantries.
Oh, yeah. 5:25 left. They'll get the inbounds to Danyew. Danyew, hook shot up, no good, gets it back. Oh, no! And a foul's going to be called on Lutton.
And that's number 3 on Craig.
And Lutton didn't even know what he did.
That's a big third foul on him.
38-30, 5:18 on the clock. As Aldrich gets it into TanCreti, off the backboard, no good. Rebound Esty, quick outlet Labus. Labus, is 360 move, no good. And he'll go to the line to shoot a couple.
That foul is going to be on Cody TanCreti. That's number 2 on him. And it's been all Mount Abe here in this third quarter. 9-zip run. Lobis hopes to make it an 11-zip run.
38-35, 11 on the clock. And he can extend this to a double-digit lead for the Eagles. It's up and it's good.
Muskoma Savings Bank proudly supports the Windsor boys and girls basketball teams. Located on Main Street in Windsor, Muskoma Savings Bank is where good people put you first.
Well, one more for Kevin Lobis. That's up. That's good. And it's 40-30, and Gokey will check into the ball game for Tim Lenz. And Harry Ladue has just decided to go much bigger here, and it might be because of the offensive rebounding department for the Windsor Yellow Jackets isn't where Harry wants it to be.
You have to give Mount Abe a lot of credit, Eric, after the way Windsor came back and took the lead at the end of that first half to come out with a start like this.
Buckner launches a three and knocks it down.
Well, that put a tourniquet on it for a bit.
And Sean Buckner has showed up to play in this final. Down court, leaders Dumont. Oh, it's stolen by TanCreti. They just retreat on defense so quickly. Down court, Aldrich, now to Gokey, back to Buckner. Thought about the three, instead leaves it off for Gokey. His shot up, that's good.
And
count the bucket, Johnny.
The big guy just muscled it in there, kissed it off the glass and threw the foul.
And suddenly the Yellow Jackets back to within 5. And Mount Abe trying to put them away, Johnny. Got up by 10 again within a minute and a half. Right back to 5 and a chance to get it to 4.
That foul's on Kevin Lobis. That's his first. Second team foul on Mount Abe here in the second half. It's a game of runs here this afternoon, folks.
Free throw from Gokey's no good. It goes long right into the hands of leaders Dumont. Manley across the timeline. He'll get it off to Esty. Now to Lobis. Lobis looking for someone on that flex cut over to Manley. Fakes the three, drives baseline. His layup's good.
Oh, boy.
42-35 and quick to the rack is Will Manley. Top of the key, Buckner. Right side, TanCreti. 3-ball, quick release, switch.
Right back at you.
TanCreti has no conscience either, Johnny, and all of that is for good reason, I guess, when you can shoot like that. Lobis into the corner, Lutton. He'll get a standstill three, no good. Rebound, Aldrich. Long pass down to Buckner. Tips it down to TanCreti. TanCreti, nice pass up for the layup, Gokey, and he's fouled.
Oh, if that foul's on Lutton, that's number 4 on him, Eric. He may have just reached in. That's exactly who it's on. Greg Lutton now picks up his 4th foul.
And Lutton, the senior guard, has 4, and I got a feeling he'll be headed to the bench. As Gokey will get a couple here in a 42-38 game with 3:47 left on the clock. Free throw no good for Gokey.
You know, even if Coach Bill Leggett doesn't want to take him out, he has to, I think.
Now into the game is Andrew Jesdale and also Dean Butler, as leaders Dumont and Lutton will go out. 42-38, 3:47 here in the third. D2 finals on the Northeast Sports Network. Gokey, free throw, no good. Rebound, TanCreti. Onto the wing, Aldrich. 3-ball from James, that's no good. And Gokey lost it off the knee, though, I believe, of Jesdale. And it'll remain Yellow Jackets basketball.
Gokey working very hard on the offensive glass for the Yellow Jackets.
Aldrich looking to inbound on the baseline. Backside, oh, gets it into Gokey. His little 5-footer is good.
Bill Gokey's got that look in his eye, Eric.
Down court, Butler. Butler trapped on the sideline over to Manley. They'll swing. Esty with another 3-ball. That's no good. Rebound goes long.
That's going to be a travel.
Same 2 players held the basketball at the same time. Travel.
5th turnover here in the third quarter for Mount Abe. They now have 12 for the ball game, 6 for the Windsor Yellow Jackets. And that guy Mo, he's wearing a different jersey now.
It's just back and forth. Buckner, right side wing to Aldrich. Aldrich gets a high screen. Aldrich swings it out to Buckner. Left his feet to make that pass, Johnny, and got lucky.
Got away with it.
Buckner wants a high screen. They'll leave it off to Danyew. Danyew's going to go up with a layup, no good, and the rebound backside Manley, and a foul called on Gokey on the reach-in.
That's going to be the second on Gokey.
Cheers, the Flower Shop, Main Street, Bristol, Vermont. I'd like to say congratulations to the Mount Abraham boys basketball team. We're very proud of you and give you our utmost support. Good luck.
Tim Lenz coming back into the ball game. Sean Buckner getting a rest.
And Harry has a nice flow going on here, and Harry Ladue, gets Buckner out for a little bit after getting Lenz a little break, Johnny, and getting him ready for the stretch run in this game. Oh, almost a steal by Aldrich. Esty able to take it right back. And how many deflections has Windsor had? Oh! Splitting the defense for a shot, Labus, and he makes a kiss off the backboard, and it's 44-40 with 2:47 to go.
Drew the third foul on Cody TanCreti, and what a move by number 35. That's sweet.
He may score another 1,000 tonight. Free throw no good. Rebound Gokey. And Gokey fouled from behind by Butler, and that'll be the 14th foul on the Eagles. And those are just fouls, Johnny, I don't think you give up.
Today's live video stream play-by-play is brought to you in part by the Covered Bridge Credit Union, located on Depot Avenue in Windsor, Vermont. The employees at the Covered Bridge Credit Union would like to say good luck to the boys tonight during the championship game against Mount Abe. Covered Bridge Credit Union serving the Windsor community for over 45 years.
TanCreti on the sideline. He'll kick it right side to Lenz. And Lenz has a high 1-4 offense as Lenz goes to the baseline. Tim on the floor, trying to leave it off. He'll regain, lays it up and in. A little bit of a break, Johnny.
He hung in there.
Oh! Heads up play by Labus on the inbound. And a foul going to be called on Aldrich as he reached in on Manley.
No question about that one. That's the first on James. 15th foul now on the Windsor Yellow Jackets.
2:14 to go, 44-42.
I think it's all we've been asking for, Eric, and some.
Yeah. Into the corner it goes to Manley. They'll swing now to Labus. Labus looking into the post, can't find his man in there. 2 minutes left here in the third quarter. 44-42 as Labus drives. Right to the rack and an easy lay-in.
Wow, it almost looked like the Red Sea parted for him.
46-42. They'll lob it into Danyew. Danyew back out Aldrich. Aldrich drives baseline, tried to leave it off, and it's stolen away. You leave your feet to pass, Johnny, and you're leaving yourself susceptible to a lot of things. Aldrich has played well defensively, though. Backdoor pass, what a catch! Labus lays it in.
It's almost like in football when you purposely throw it behind the cornerback because you didn't see it.
TanCreti didn't see that basketball, and the Yellow Jackets down by 6 here. Every time that happens, though, John, they come right back. They'll swing. TanCreti bounces it off Lenz. 3-ball for Tim. Swish.
They won't go away.
48-45 with 1:06 left. Labus back to Manley. Windsor just press. They'll get it off to Manley. Bodies on the floor. They'll regain an upright position. Back outside Manley. To the corner. 3-ball Labus. That's up and no good. Rebound underneath. Nice one, Jesdale, and he'll get it back to Kevin Labus. 48-45, 40 seconds to go.
Smart to pull it back, get things set again.
Esty looking to drive. Back outside Manley. He gets a 3. No good. Rebounded away by Aldrich. Aldrich fakes. Runner rejected by Manley.
Now that's great defense on a 2-on-1.
Down court Labus. Foul line jumper. That's off the mark. No good. And out of bounds off the Yellow Jackets. It'll be Eagles basketball. TanCreti needs a break. And he'll come out. Buckner will go in. (48-45), 15.4 seconds remain here in the third. Windsor held a 1-point halftime lead. They've been outscored by 4. Butler back to Manley. Manley, runner, off the mark, gets it back, right up, no good. Backside Butler with 8. Out to Esty. Esty with 5. Esty fakes, 3-ball, off the mark, no good. And the rebound, Danyew, 3/4 court shot. Oh, off the rim. I don't know if that would have counted, but if that would have went in, it would have been the greatest shot I've ever seen in my life. 3 quarters complete. 48-45. The Mount Abe Eagles lead it by 3, and it all comes down to 8 minutes of your season right here on the Northeast Sports Network.
Muskoma Savings Bank proudly supports the Windsor boys and girls basketball teams. Located on Main Street in Windsor, Muskoma Savings Bank is where good people put you first.
Green Mountain Signs next to Bristol Redemption in Bristol. Like to congratulate and say good luck to the Mount Abe boys basketball team during their finals match against Windsor. Green Mountain Signs specializing in decals, banners, commercial signs, apparel, along with trophies and awards. That's Green Mountain Signs, quality products for reasonable prices. Contact them at 453-7446 or on the web at www.greenmountainsigns.net.
Today's live video stream play-by-play is brought to you in part by the Covered Bridge Credit Union, located on Depot Avenue in Windsor, Vermont. The employees at the Covered Bridge Credit Union would like to say good luck to the boys tonight during the championship game against Mount Abe. Covered Bridge Credit Union, serving the Windsor community for over 45 years.
Well, here we go, folks. Standing ovations from both squads, or for both squads from their fans, as Windsor will have the basketball to start the fourth quarter.
Eric, I said one of the keys for Mount Abe here today was to make Windsor one-dimensional. Jeff Danyew, no field goals in this basketball game.
Wow. Who would have thought that? Right side, Aldrich. I'll bet you that changes here. Aldrich bounces it off Gokey. Layup won't go for him. Wow.
Nice play again, just couldn't finish off. Beautiful bounce pass to Gokey, went around the rim and fell out.
That was a nice pass, and a travel going to be called. And it'll be Windsor basketball on the turnover. 48-45, 7:40 to go in the D2 finals. Mount Abe looking for back-to-back. Aldrich will drive. Oh! All kinds of contact going to the hole.
Boy.
The Eagles come away with it.
I thought he caught him with the body.
Don't ever call a body foul. Lobis outside, top the key. Esty. Now, Chesdale has it stolen from him by Aldrich. Aldrich has played a whale of a game defensively.
14 turnovers now for Mount Abe, but at this point they've gotten away with it so far.
Outside Buckner, he'll shoot a 3. That's in and out, no good, and the rebound, Esty.
But they are rebounding today, the Mount Abe Eagles.
Esty, long pass down to Lobis. Aldrich looks a little gassed. Johnny, he's got to get ready for the stretch run, and he's worked so hard. Right side Esty, he's going to shoot a 3 ball. No good, way off the mark. Buckner gets the rebound. Buckner behind the back. He is so nifty. Danyew a 3, no good. And the rebound underneath Butler. And Butler is fouled by Lenz. And it'll be Eagle basketball on the baseline.
Ascutney Golf Mart, located at the corner of Route 5 and Route 131 in Ascutney, is a proud supporter of Windsor Athletics. Ascutney Golf Mart is your local stop for fuel, deli, and convenience with daily lunch specials, pizza, subs, and breakfast. That's Ascutney Golf Mart, located at the corner of Route 5 and Route 131.
As soon as I said it, Aldrich comes out. TanCreti goes in.
Well, you could see it, couldn't you?
Yeah. And almost a steal by Buckner. And hustling to get that basketball. And 6 minutes, 26 seconds left. And since that early part of the game, Windsor went to this 2-2-1, John, and they've stayed right in it.
Buckner's not quick. He's deadly quick.
Yes. Butler has it knocked away. Down court. Buckner gets a layup. Count it. 48-47.
Eric, did he pass that to himself, actually?
Yeah, I didn't know you could do that. You can do that? I don't know.
He did pass it, though, because he thought his teammate was out in front, but he stumbled.
That's how quick he was.
Oh, a travel.
And a travel on Butler with 5:58 left. 48-47. Windsor going to come back and try to take the lead right back from him.
Momentum has worn a different jersey, it seems like almost every possession, Eric.
Buckner. Right side and towards the top now. Looking for TanCreti. He's going to send him on through. High screen for Buckner. Buckner hands off to Lenz. 5 minutes, 42 now. Lenz fakes the 3. He'll get it back to Buckner. Sean into Lenz, almost lost it. Lenz, layup, good.
Nice baseline move, kissed it off the glass, and they're now up by 1.
49-48. Oh, and a foul on the backside of that on Lenz. And that'll be the 7th on the Yellow Jackets, and that'll let Labus go the other end to shoot free throws.
And that's number 3 on Tim Lenz. Our play-by-play action video stream back to you in the comforts of your own home is brought to you in part by Mills & Greer on Dorset Street in South Burlington. Mills & Greer is a Nike team dealer and offers custom screen printing and embroidery, as well as custom team uniforms and team sneaker deals. Mills & Greer, 864-0291.
Now Labus, who has been so clutch for this team.
You know, free throws will be huge here down the stretch, Eric. 3 of 7 is Mount Abe, 3 of 8 is Windsor. So at this point, neither team doing very well from the charity stripe.
49-48, the Yellow Jackets back up by 1. So the half has been played at an even pace scoring-wise, Johnny.
Kevin Labus, the only player for Mount Abe who's gone to the charity stripe tonight. This will be his 8th shot from the foul line.
And it's good, and we're all tied up.
Did you say double overtime earlier?
I did. There'll be no break between the games, Johnny, as we'll have the Division III championship. And the second one good as well for Labus. 50-49. Lenz to Buckner. Buckner gets a high screen. Buckner, foul line jumper. Good.
Nobody really came out and got him.
And Buckner starting to heat up. Down court, Esty. 51-50. Labus to the corner, Manley. On the wing, he'll drive. Manley to the hole, right up, count it. And he'll get the three-point play possibility with a foul on Danyew. And going to the scorer's table is Aldrich.
That's the 3rd foul on Danyew. And Will Manley with 9 points on the night, hoping to make it 10 after this free throw.
And Manley said, I'd like to get to the free throw line too, so he took it to the rack. Shot is up, no good, goes right back to the shooter. Nobody boxed out the shooter. Labus gets it. Labus outside, now back into Kevin. Kevin, spin move, rejected underneath, and Buckner able to get it away.
Nice block by Danyew.
Nice pass by Buckner as he got it over to TanCreti. Bounce pass underneath, Aldrich, layup, good. 53-52 Windsor. 4 minutes, 31 seconds on the clock. And Manley on the sideline, trapped now. Down court, Labus. Labus, pass on the other side, Lutton, he's hacked. And they're going to say it's before the shot, Johnny.
That's a great foul by James Aldrich, Eric. At this point, you don't give up any layup. The only time you do that is if you have 4 fouls on you.
And they're going to say it's before the shot, Johnny. Or is it
he
1-1? Yes. So it's 1-1.
He faked the shot, though, which is why they called it on the floor.
I think Lutton was trying to get that up in the air. The free throw's no good, and the rebound, TanCreti. Lenz into the forecourt. Oh, wow, they left Lenz open. Now Aldrich, free ball from him's good.
The second bomb from Aldrich today.
56-52, and tipped away right down to Lutton. Layup good for Lutton. 56-54.
Tip drill.
Lenz outside the arc. Buckner now on the left side wing. Sean, 3 ball. Good!
You have to find him. You can't just let him sit there and drain it.
59-54. Sean Buckner putting his stamp on the D2 finals. On the drive. Oh, and Danyew gets run right over. Chesdale ran right over him. And Windsor ahead. 59-54 with 3:37 left.
As soon as Danyew set himself, and he did it with plenty of time, Chesdale probably should have just pulled up for the short jumper. You know that's what he's saying to himself right now.
And Kevin Labus doing a nice job going over, patting him on the back. As the Yellow Jackets faithful fired up here. It's going to be interesting down the stretch.
Today's live video stream is brought to you in part by Lyndon State College. Small classrooms, one-on-one conversation with your professors, and athletic programs that have played at the championship level for years. Linden State College offers liberal arts programs while also providing a competitive athletic environment in New England. Linden State College, 1-800-225-1998 or www.lindenstate.edu.
Today's live play-by-play video stream brought to you in part by Cunningham Ski Barn, located at Ascutney Mountain in Brownsville. Cunningham Ski Barn and employees would like to congratulate the Windsor Boys basketball team on an already successful season. Stop by Cunningham Ski Barn for rentals, apparel, and equipment, skis and snowboards.
This is the matinee of a triple header today here on Northeast Sportsnet. Earlier today, the Proctor Phantoms 50-44 winners over the Danville Indians to capture their third straight Division IV championship. There's 3:37 to go here in this Division II final. 59-54
right,
in favor of the Windsor Yellow Jackets. I was just about to say, I hate it when people give the team that's losing the score first, and here I went and did it.
59-54, 3-3-7. That's what's on the clock. And Windsor will have the basketball. But if this final is anything like the semifinals, Johnny, a 5-point lead means absolutely nothing. I mean, we've seen those erased in a heartbeat. Aldrich across the timeline. He'll go to Buckner. Buckner steps to the basketball. Danyew gets it. And Danyew is going to be called for a travel.
8th turnover for the Windsor Yellow Jackets.
Harry Ladue having a conversation with James Aldrich. Apparently he didn't like the play call. Mount Abe trying to lead a comeback here. Leader's Dumont. Leaves it off for Esty. Esty being pestered by Lenz. Oh, and a double dribble called on Esty. The defensive pressure of the Windsor Yellow Jackets has started to wreak some havoc.
And the more you turn the ball over, the more you put pressure on your defense to stop Windsor.
And Buckner has certainly put on a show in this game, hasn't he?
He definitely has.
Aldrich, outside Buckner. Boy, he thought about another three, didn't he? James Aldrich on the baseline. Oh, my! As Aldrich gets shoved out of bounds and now comes back and reaches in and hacks Lobis in frustration.
And that's number 3 on James. And the 10th team foul now on Windsor. Mount Abe in the double bonus for the rest of the ball game.
And I guess you can sense the frustration from Aldrich there, Johnny, but you just don't go back in and hack.
Right.
Right? Aldrich has just played his heart out, though, hasn't he?
He definitely has.
Lobis will shoot 2. Free throw up. Good. Whoa. That baby went around the rim and eventually fell in for Kevin. And it's back to a 4-point game. This one's going down to the wire, baby.
As we anticipated.
It's up, and it's no good, and the rebound, Danyew. He'll bounce it off to James Aldrich. And Aldrich gets it off to TanCreti. TanCreti's another guy, unsung hero in this game for the Yellow Jackets. Let him back in that first half.
13 points off the bench.
High screen for Aldrich. He'll go in. TanCreti, shot, score, as he stole it right away from Danyew. His own player. His teammate, he ripped it away from. Oh, and the ball thrown away by the Eagles. And it'll be Windsor basketball.
18 turnovers now for Mount Abe, 11 of them here in the second half.
61-55, 2:18 left, and Mount Abe forced to extend into full court man-to-man pressure.
Obviously, Windsor's going to want to take as much time off the clock as possible, but at the same time, still attack.
Lenz outside the arc. He'll leave it off to Buckner. We watched this Windsor team play in the quarterfinals, and when they got the lead down the stretch, they milked it. And Manley stole it right from Danyew. Danyew's shaken up on the play. Down court, Leaders Dumont. Leaders Dumont stops, pops just inside the arc, no good. Rebound, Esty flips it to Lobis. He'll go up, he's fouled. And Lobis will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Today's championship basketball action between Windsor and Mount Abe is brought to you by Brownsville Service Center, located on Route 14 in Windsor. Brownsville Service Center is your full-service automotive repair center for any make or model. Brownsville Service Center.
That's the 4th foul on James Aldrich.
Lobis' free throw off the right side of the rim and out.
Our live play-by-play coverage is proudly sponsored by Optical Expressions in the Green Mountain Mall in St. Johnsbury and the Berlin Mall in Barrie. Eye exams, contact lenses, and eyeglasses. Optical Expressions, 748-3536 and 223-2090.
Second one good, and it's a 5-point game. Minute and 40 left. Lenz lost it momentarily. Now Aldrich gets it. Danyew, high post, back outside. And Windsor's going to milk the clock here, Johnny. Buckner hands it off to Lenz. They've got their high stall offense going right now. Lenz trapped. He'll get it back to Buckner, and a timeout called by Harry Ladue with a minute and 17 to go. And his team up 5. Oh, baby, Johnny.
I'll tell you, you know what? One of the keys that I had for Mount Abe was that they had to make Windsor one-dimensional, Eric. And you know what? As far as Jeff Danyew from the field, he hasn't had a field goal. But when you have guys like Cody TanCreti coming off the bench, and you have Sean Buckner stepping it up, who has 15 points in this ball game, you know, him and TanCreti both with 15 points, that means somebody else has come up and made up for the fact that they've taken Danyew out of this game offensively.
Well, you got to credit Labus with that defensive work, I think, Johnny. Today's championship action brought to you by the Bristol Health and Fitness Club and all their employees. We'd like to congratulate and wish the best of luck to the Mount Abe boys basketball team today. Bristol Health and Fitness is located on School Street, and would like to say hi to all the students that they have instructed during Mount Abe physical education classes.
You know, and even though they've taken Jeff Danyew out of the game offensively, Jeff Danyew has had a whale of a game on the defensive end. I mean, he has worked hard on the defensive end. You know, there's a lot of players, you know, scorers out there that if they aren't getting things done on the offensive end, you know, it ends up coming to play on the defensive end as well. Not for Jeff. He's working very hard on the defensive end.
61-56. 5-point Windsor lead with 77 seconds left here. Aldrich will get the inbounds, and Mount Abe forced to chase. Buckner is fouled by Lutton.
Ooh, that's number 5 on Greg Lutton.
And Lutton will head off the court for the last time ever at the Barrie Auditorium. And he'll get a standing O, Johnny.
Absolutely, well deserved too. Standing O from the Windsor crowd as well.
Remember how hot Lutton was in that semifinal game in the first half.
These two communities know their basketball, and it was nice to see Windsor give Lutton a standing ovation as well.
Just like to remind you, please do not come onto the floor immediately following the game. We'd like to have a presentation of awards. Please remain in the stands.
Aldrich will inbound on the sideline. Next foul, and Windsor will be shooting with a minute and 8 left. And Buckner is fouled, and he looks like the kind of guy who would like to go to the free throw line.
Well, the Yellow Jackets can wrap this baby up from the charity stripe if they hit their free throws. So far in this ball game, they are 3 of 8, and they've missed their last 3. As the officials are getting together.
Not sure what they're discussing. Do you know?
No, I don't know. I think Harry Ladue had a question. He asked Jack DePalma about it, and Jack got the rest of the troops together to come up with an answer that Harry wanted.
I'm not sure what the issue was, but Buckner will go to the free throw line, shoot 1 and 1.
Buckner yet to go to the charity stripe tonight.
First one up from Sean is good.
He looks pretty comfortable from there.
Yeah. And he can make this a 3-possession game if he makes this free throw. 1 minute, 7 seconds in the balance here in the D2 finals. Second one, no good, and the rebound, Labus. Labus leaves it back for Butler. Out of Manley, into the corner, Esty. Right side, Labus. Labus, Esty, 3-ball from Chad, no good. Run down by Chad, right up, no good, but he's fouled. And that baby almost went in. And Harry Ladue shakes his head in disbelief that his team didn't get the rebound.
That's the 4th foul on Jeff Danyew. Actually, they're saying his 3rd foul.
Well, Chad Esty will go to the charity stripe here, Johnny. It's up, no good. And Mount Abe has not helped themselves from the free throw line, have they?
No, not at all.
Bill Leggett will use a timeout.
7 of 16 from the stripe. Mount Abe tonight.
Timeout called by Bill Leggett, 62 to 56 the score here with 52.6 seconds remaining. Our coverage today was brought to you by Linden State College, Mills and Greer, Optical Expressions, Cheers Flowers, Covered Bridge Credit Union, Bristol Health and Fitness, Mascoma Savings Bank, Green Mountain Signs, the Scutney Golf Mart, Brownsville Service Center, and Cunningham Ski Barn. Don't forget, we'll have the D3 final coming at you. And have we figured out whether that game's earlier now?
I was told 7:30 just a moment ago.
All right, so as scheduled, we were told it's moved up, so at one point in time.
Windsor has outscored Mount Abe 17-8 here in this fourth quarter. Sean Buckner and James Aldrich combining for 13 of those 17.
52.6 ticks remaining, and Esty at the charity stripe. And it's good. Buckner will run right towards that basketball as he wants to be the guy that gets fouled again, and he is, as Esty fouled him. Windsor found themselves down by 11 in the first half, Johnny. They were down 8 in this one, 48-40 in the second half, and Mount Abe just couldn't find a way to put him away.
I'll tell you, I have to credit Windsor here tonight, Eric. Like you said, they fell behind early. The only time they had the lead in the entire first half is when they hit the 3 at the buzzer to go up by 1. And then what did Mount Abe proceed to do? Go on a 9-zip run to start the third quarter, and Windsor still bounced back. They never hit the panic button tonight. Never.
Buckner's free throw is up, and it is good.
That's the shooter's roll, folks. You almost will it in.
Yeah, he'll get another one. Don't forget, we'll have player and coach interviews right after the game, including the Northeast Sportsnet Player of the Game trophy to be awarded. And I got a feeling the guy who just shot that free throw might be walking away with some hardware if his Yellow Jackets can hold on. Esty, down court, Lobis. 3-ball from downtown. No good, it goes long. Lenz runs it down, and he's fouled by Lobis. I'll tell you what, this Kevin Lobis kid, class act. All the way up and down, and you got to go back to the coach for that, Johnny.
You are absolutely right.
Bill Leggett in control over there, and
the Windsor faithful can smell it.
their first title since 1995, and it's only 38.1 seconds away. At the free throw line, Tim Lenz, and he'll get 1 and 1. No good for Tim, and the rebound underneath, off Lobis's leg, and it'll remain Windsor basketball.
Well, that's how this fourth quarter has gone for them. 19 turnovers for Mount Abe, 12 of them coming in the second half. So that Windsor defense has stepped it up a notch.
TanCreti gets it back to Lenz, and Lenz splits the double, but he's fouled by Esty. 1994 and 95, the Windsor Yellow Jackets won back-to-back titles. Mount Abraham Eagles won the title last year over these very same Windsor Yellow Jackets. And you're seeing an Eagles squad, Johnny, that even though they're losing by 7 with 32 seconds left, is showing a lot of class, aren't they?
Yeah, you aren't kidding. And as you said, that's a reflection of their coach.
First shot good from Tim Lenz.
And you know what? We'd be saying the same thing if it was the other way around. Because,
I know.
Because Harry Ladue would have made sure he instilled that in his players as well.
Tim Lenz, second one good. I got to tell you, Tim Lenz is one of my all-time favorite basketball players, and I've seen him play 3 games here. Esty, 3-ball. No good. Rebound, Aldrich. And Aldrich fouled right away by leader Stumont. (66-57), and you can hear the Windsor faithful.
Windsor, you got a trophy coming home.
Yeah, you do. Like I said, folks, we'll get Harry Ladue on right after this game. And they're going to call a timeout. And I guess the free throw is not going to matter with 22.5 seconds to go as Mount Abe will call a timeout.
Well, as we said, this is the second of 3 games that we're going to have here on Northeast Sportsnet today. The Proctor Phantoms with a 50-44 win over the Danville Indians earlier gave them their 3rd straight Division IV championship. We want to congratulate the Phantoms and head coach Dick Wilcox for their victory. We also want to congratulate Jim Nelson and the Danville Indians for a fine season, making it all the way to the championship here at the Barry Auditorium. In this one,
certainly hurts to lose, Johnny, as I know that feeling here.
yes,
And
a lot of people have. It's not easy to win here.
no.
And you look at Proctor, 3 in a row. I don't think you realize how big a feat that really is. It's difficult to win 1 here.
Right.
And then in this one, the Windsor Yellow Jackets with a 66-57 lead with 22.5 left here in regulation. And on about a couple of hours, less than that probably, the Lake Region Rangers and Winooski Spartans going at it for the D3 title.
Right. James Aldrich at the charity stripe, and the first one's good. And James Aldrich, the senior, played a heck of a game here, Johnny. Second one up, that's good. And a 68-57 Windsor lead. Down court to Butler. Butler with a 3, no good, and the rebound Danyew. Danyew, long pass down to Aldrich. Aldrich down underneath, wide open layup, and good for Alex Beloin. And Alex Beloin gets into the scorer's column. And now a steal by Tyler Kibling. At the buzzer, the Windsor Yellow Jackets are your Division II state champions.
It wasn't easy, Eric. They fought from behind most of the day. And you know what? It's hard to keep a good champion down, isn't it?
That certainly is. Johnny Allen, give them all the stats and highlights, and I'll get down on the court and try to hook up with Harry Ladue and our player of the game, Sean Buckner.
Thank you, Eric, with the final score here from the Barry Auditorium. The Windsor Yellow Jackets 70, the Mount Abe Eagles 57. Here's a look at the numbers. Leading the way for the Mount Abe Eagles with 28 was Kevin Lobus. Adding 9 tonight were Will Manley and Chad Esty. With 7 points was Greg Lutton. With 4 was Dean Butler. Leading the way for the Windsor Yellow Jackets here this evening with 18 was Sean Buckner. Also in double digits with 15 points apiece were Tim Lenz and Cody TanCreti. Adding 14 was James Aldrich. With 4 points tonight was the big guy, the center, Bill Gokey. And with 2 points apiece were Alex Beloin and Jeff Danyew. The Windsor Yellow Jackets with 30 rebounds on the night compared to 35 for the Eagles of Mount Abraham. Turnovers today, 19 for Mount Abe, 12 of those coming in the second half as that Windsor defense really came on strong in the second half. And the Windsor Yellow Jackets turned the ball over 9 times in this ball game. The Yellow Jackets, 10 of 17 from the charity stripe. The Mount Abe Eagles were 8 of 17 on the night. So the Mount Abe Eagles, the defending champions, came out strong in this ball game, jumped out to an early lead, but the Windsor Yellow Jackets wrestled this thing away in the fourth quarter with the 70-57 win, and the Windsor Yellow Jackets, the D2 champions for the season.
Harry Ladue joining me courtside. First of all, congratulations, Harry. Outstanding effort from your team.
It was a great game. Both teams played very hard, and we made a few more shots at the end.
Sean Buckner with an awesome game for you out of the backcourt. Certainly stepped up his game tonight.
He certainly did. We've been talking all week. He's been struggling a little bit with his shot, but we've saying, look, you've been a shooter for us for through his whole career, and he stepped up tonight and played one heck of a game.
Jeff Danyew, no field goals in this game, Harry. If I told you that before the game, would you have believed you'd still win this game?
Well, we talked about it all year long that we've had different high scores in a lot of games. He's been they are more than anybody. We've won without him having big games, and it just proved how good these other guys are.
Well, thank you very much. We'll get Sean Buckner and let you get back to your team. Harry Ladue back to his team, guys, and we're going to have Sean Buckner in just a minute. I'll send it back up to you, Johnny.
Well, thank you, Eric. I'm now joined by Carl Parton. And Carl, your assessment of what we just saw here a moment ago.
That was just absolutely spectacular. That's what we want to see in championship basketball, and ratings will keep going up if we have games like that. We've had some spectacular games here at the Odd this year in the boys half of the. Looks like Eric's ready for us.
Yeah, he is. Eric, who you got with you?
Sean Buckner with me of the Windsor Yellow Jackets. Outstanding effort tonight, Sean. You're the Northeast Sports Network Player of the Game.
Wow, this is amazing. This is what we work all year long, all our lives long. Seniors are sticking together. We just worked so hard for this, and we're really proud of ourselves. This is great.
Coach Ladue said he's told you to keep shooting the basketball, that you're a shooter, and you came out firing tonight.
Yeah, all week he just told me to keep shooting, keep my head up. Next one's going in, and that's what I was thinking. Next one's going in, even if I missed it. My team did a good job getting me the ball, getting me open looks, and we just spread the ball all around and just got good shots.
We want to congratulate you. Obviously, you want to get back to your team. And a nice bus ride home for you today, huh?
Definitely better than last year.
Sean Buckner, the Northeast Sportsnet Player of the Game. We'll send it back up top.
Oh, thank you, Eric. And Carl, Jeff Danyew, the big guy for the Windsor Yellow Jackets, averages well over 20 points per game. He was held to without a field goal in this ball game, got a couple of free throws. But how big of a credit is to him? Because I mentioned to Eric during the broadcast, how many times do you see a scorer who struggles on the offensive end, and it turns out to affect his game on the defensive end? But what a job he did on the defensive end today. Without him doing what he did on defense, they don't win a championship here today.
That's totally true. Windsor's defense, I think, won it for them all together, both in the backcourt, speed, and it was just an amazing job to keep his head in the game. You're totally right, Johnny. He even if you can't score, you can still contribute in a lot of ways, and young players can take a lesson from that as well. You can rebound, pass, make steals, and then to stop an inside game like Mount Abe's, he did a great job.
And also to credit him on the offensive end, it's not like he took a ton of bad shots either, trying to force things. He was probably a little frustrated on the offensive end. Any of us would have been that like to score and that do score, in the manner that he does. But to his credit, he never really forced anything tonight.
That's right. It was a team. It was a team win out there, and they worked together. And you were right. He was unselfish and didn't push anything, didn't force anything, and that's why they're celebrating right now.
Yeah. How about Cody TanCreti off the bench though? 15 points for head coach Harry Ladue off the Pines.
And early when Windsor wasn't really, they were behind 13-3 there, he hit some big shots to kind of keep them in and reel Mount A back into the game as well. And I thought those were as big as baskets even as the ones toward the end there. TanCreti just came in when no one else was hitting for Windsor and hit those second quarter baskets that were huge.
Well, let's face it, a story here may be balanced. 4 players in double digits for the Windsor Yellow Jackets. Eric already talked about Sean Buckner and what he did with his 18 points, but James Aldrich with 14. You look at the other side, it was really Kevin Lobus here today with 28 points for Mount Abe, but balance was the story, wasn't it?
It certainly was. When you have 4 weapons all firing, it's a much more dangerous than even one superstar just lighting it up, and Lobus was awesome. There's no question about it. But boy, by the end, he looked tired out there. There's no question. He had his work cut out for him all game, and he stepped up to the challenge. Well, boy, that would wear anybody down, I think.
Yeah, it definitely would. Let's take a look at Mount A. This is definitely a senior, junior laden team. A lot of seniors. Ben Levitt, Tim Leaders Dumont, Greg Lutton, Will Manley, Chad Esty, Kevin Lobus, of course, and Andrew Jesdale, seniors for Mount Abe. This is their final game in their high school career. I know it's not the way they wanted it to end, but we really got to congratulate them on the job they've done this 2007-2008 campaign.
What a magic moment out there on the court. The Windsor players holding up that trophy. That's just incredible. You can feel the energy in here, and what a special time for those young men out there to celebrate this victory and touch the magic golden ball out there.
Carl, I never had the experience to play at the Barry Auditorium. Playing at a small school, there were only 3 divisions back then, and we struggled because we're really a D4 school. Just happened to be a year when there were only 3 divisions, and we felt the pains of that, so to speak. What about you? Did you have the opportunity to win something here at the Odd?
Afraid not. I went my junior year. We came to the Odd, but we got knocked out by one in the semifinals. But living right here in the Central Vermont area, I've been here. It feels like hundreds of times, and watching this, and still when you watch this trophy presentation and see the young men out there, you can't help but get the goosebumps for them and feel happy for the young men. Of course, sad a bit for the losing team, but they did a great job. Mount Abe has to be proud of their effort this season. 21-3. That's a spectacular season, really.
Yeah, you aren't kidding. You know what? Patrick Gymnasium is Patrick Gymnasium, but you know what? There's no place like the Odd, my friend.
Oh, the magic bricks. You look out, and I mean, just touching the bricks here around the building, and you can feel how special it is. And I'm looking out there now, and Windsor fans do not want to leave. They're still in their original seats. Both the.
Would you want to leave?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. There's a lot of ghosts here at the Odd. Right now to Windsor, they're all friendly ones, aren't they? They're Casper out there.
Absolutely.
But congratulations to the Yellow Jackets of Windsor. Big win over the defending champion, Mount Abraham Eagles, and Bill Leggett, super job with his ball club as he's done every single year.
He sure did. I have to admit, as a Linden State alum, I was kind of pulling for legs a little bit here. But
right. Understandably so. But, Windsor, take a look at this ball game. Fell behind early by double digits, Carl. And Eric and I said that neither team, if they fell behind by double digits, would hit the panic button. But at the same time, Windsor got that three-point shot at the buzzer to take their only lead of the first half, just to see Mount Abe come out in the third quarter and get 9 straight points, go on a 9-zip run. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, I know Windsor's not going to hit the panic button, but at the same time, you end up expending an awful lot of energy continually having to come from behind. It didn't affect this ball club today. I mean, we saw James Aldrich and a couple guys get tired, but they were smart enough to raise their hand. They got the depth off the bench to come out there and get some things done. And because of it, Harry Ladue and his team have themselves a championship here today. That's
totally right, and I was with you on that one. When Mount Abe came back and jumped out in the third quarter, so many times you see a team that comes in and takes control of the third quarter, ends up taking the game too. And Windsor just showed a lot of composure. You're right on the button with that one, Johnny. It was just amazing how well Windsor, stayed calm out there. And when I say stayed calm, and that full court pressure and that intense defense and the speed of their athletes out there, they're going at full tilt out there, staying calm. But certainly a great effort and great composure by Windsor.
No better moment for a team than to do what they're doing right now, Carl, and that's cutting the net off.
It is. It's a special moment out there. I think they may have more players than there are strings to cut.
All right, we'd like to take this opportunity to thank all of our sponsors for help making this game possible. Linden State College, Mills & Greer, Optical Expressions, Cheers Flowers, Covered Bridge Credit Union, Bristol Health and Fitness, Muskoma Savings Bank, Green Mountain Signs, Ascutney Golf Mart, Brownsville Service Center, and Cunningham's Ski Barn. Once again, the final score between the Mount Abe Eagles and the Windsor Yellow Jackets. The Windsor Yellow Jackets are your Division II champions, 70-57 winners over the Mount Abe Eagles. We'll be back in probably about an hour and a half or so with the D3 final between the Lake Region Rangers and the Winooski Spartans. For everyone here at NortheastSportsNet.com, we'll see you in a bit.